ladies and gentlemen, it is a Wednesday, it is 8 PM, that means one thing, it is 3 men and a vape show. We are joined by our normal wonderful casters, and also we've got a special guest, as you can see. We've got Jason from Zeus Juice. How you doing, Jason? You alright, buddy?
Hi everyone, evening everyone, hope we're all good.
We've got him all set up, we've had a day of testing Zoom, and we're all set up. So he's all eager to go. Thank you so much, people, for joining us. It is going to be a jam-packed show. Like normal, we didn't do Cass's questions this week. We'll maybe do that next week. So we've got a lot to talk about. But we will be doing your normal Rochford giveaway. We'll be talking to Jason. We'll be doing your handshakes. And I think we've got a few deals as well, haven't we, Mr. B?
We've got a couple, yes. A couple for the builders.
Couple for the builders. Mr. B, it's been a week. How are you, brother?
Hot.
Damn hot.
Grumpy. Us fat fucks do not do hot weather.
No. I have got, like normal, the fan just aimed at me nads to keep me nice.
Yeah, I'd need like an industrial wind tunnel for that shit to work.
How big's your nads?
Well, it's not so much the nads, it's the cavity they're in. You know what I mean?
The cavity?
The cavity they're in. Yeah, no.
Obviously, Aaron hasn't subscribed to your Only's page then.
Well, no, you need like a worker's hat, probably health and safety team, you know, just to get anywhere near. But yeah, other than that, not bad.
Have you been swimming this week?
Sunday, could have gone. My shoulder's fucked. I've properly knackered. Whatever it is, I've done right down here. I can't raise my arm more than there, which is a kind of a problem when you're trying to swim, unless you want to go fucking one-armed, you know, to swim in circles.
Just have to get a big ring.
I'm already married.
Just have to put a big ring round you and just walk around.
Oh, right, yeah, just make me look like a bury out in the fucking ocean. No thanks.
Pair of flippers.
Pair of flippers and a big ring.
They'll be calling in the R in a lie. Yeah, excuse me, mate, you've left one of your fucking berries in the pool.
For some reason, I had a sort of like a picture in my head of him having one of these big rubber rings with like a unicorn head on the front of it.
But it kind of doesn't matter because fat people float.
Do they?
Yes. We've had this conversation before. Fat is buoyant.
Okay, no. I wouldn't like to try that out though.
I can literally put my hands behind my head, tip my feet up and sunbathe in a pool and just float on top of it. Because fat is buoyant.
That'd be brilliant.
Oil in water.
Germans coming down trying to put a fucking towel on you in the morning.
Possibly has been done before. I did drink the night before.
Somebody's put a lilo in the middle of the pool. What's happening here?
Yeah, it's when they sit on me, I go, oh, you little shit.
So you've had a good week then?
All right. Not the best, not the worst, but you know, it can't be brilliant every week.
No, you can't, mate. Over to my wonderful brother. What's your week been like, bro? Look at that face. Everybody's so happy.
SSDD, boring, nothing exciting here. Just work and more work.
You got a what?
Work and more work.
No, I meant the abbreviation in letters.
Same shit every day.
Oh,
SSDD.
I thought you said he had got an STD on. I said that's a right good week. We can wait there, isn't it? That's exactly what. I bet everybody else who's watching this show, and thank you very much for joining us on the lovely Wednesday evening. I bet you're all sweating your what's this off as well. But thank you very much for joining us. Big love to you all. We did have a few people on. Oh wait, there we've not said hello to Jason. Jason. What's your week?
Who is he? Who's this lad who's jumped in our show?
Jason, how's your week been, buddy?
Hectic and hot, mate. So yeah,
that's what my wife calls me.
But so bloody hot. Oh, hectic and hot.
Yeah.
That's a starting of a decent movie, that is, mate.
Yeah, well, to be fair,
yeah, for his OnlyFans.
It is. Yeah, no, just busy, mate. Busy. But the heat has just made everything 10 times worse. Let's be fair.
Yeah, but it is. Obviously, do you work in the actual factory, or do you have like a different sort of place where you work? Are you away from it, or is it like all one massive building?
It's all one unit, mate. From flavour development all the way down to going finish units out the door. We're all in one unit.
And I take it you've got
corrugated tin hut.
Sorry?
It's a corrugated tin hut that you're working into.
Pretty much, yeah.
Has it got aircon? Have you got aircon?
Yeah, we have.
Oh,
not in
God
our office, though. Not in the office.
In one paragraph, I've gone from me imagining a James Bond setup to imagining something out of the fucking Wurzels. Which.
Yeah. You could have bigged it up a little bit more there.
It's got a tin roof.
It's got a tin roof.
Oh.
It's a tin up.
That's not what I was imagining. I was imagining like James Bond.
Yeah, no, everyone that comes to our unit, I'll be honest, looks at it and goes, it looks small. And then once you get it, it's like the TARDIS. It kind of just opens up. So yeah, if you were to Google it, it does look quite, but mate, when you get inside, it's like a TARDIS. It's a fair
Massive.
size.
A bit like my trousers.
But hey.
Well, we don't want to get in them, do we, really? It'll take you 3 weeks to get back out.
Hey, that's a different story.
What's this? Where am I? So, yes, people, we have got people on the replay. I get to play that bumper. Let's play it. People on the replay. I'm going to put Handshake time, but it's not that, is it?
People on the replay.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play it again. I just love it.
People on the replay.
Come on then, bro. Read out the massive, great big list of all two.
The whole of the two. Right, we've got Stuart Valentine. Hello, Stuart.
Big love, Stu.
Man from Mars. Love the show. Was gutted to hear about Les has passed away. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, gutted. It is his funeral tomorrow.
His funeral tomorrow, is it?
Yeah. December.
Great to see 3 in a row. Yeehaw!
Woohoo!
That's from our little Stuart. Net Reality. Great show, guys. Welcome back.
Oh, we love a bit of Mr. Miller. He's lovely in Net Reality. So yes, if you're watching this on the replay, ladies and gentlemen, leave us a little bit of a comment down there. So Marky's got. In fact, so what we're going to do tongue ties next week.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
Yeah.
Especially with my missing tooth as well.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
So be Elmer Thud does the replay.
Me too, front teeth.
It'll be Elmer Thud. Yeah, I go driving in my car, drive a little faster. So ladies and
I'm more
gentlemen,
like that old bloke off a blooming Family Guy.
yeah.
Got 50 pence in my pocket if you want to come and get it.
Can't beat a bit of Family Guy. Well, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a special guest, the fantastic Jason from Zeus Juice. Buddy, how did you get started in vaping?
So, probably about 6 years ago. Just, yeah, having lost family and friends to smoking, as a lot of us have. Just decided I'd had enough. So, yeah, decided to quit. I'm not really into patches and stuff, so vaping was like a straightforward decision, really. And yeah, that's how I started.
And what was your first device? Can you remember?
It was a Aspire K4.
All right.
And I absolutely hated the coils because they kept bloody leaking.
What were the coils in that?
It was a Cleto tank, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, but honestly, it seemed, I don't know, maybe it was where I was buying them, but every pack I bought, at least 2 were duds.
Well, that was your favourite tank, wasn't it? You were saying last
I
week,
was
Mr.
about to
B.
say, I've had like 3 messages this week all going, where did you get your things from? Because all my coils broke down. Like, I must have been the luckiest fat fuck on earth. Because my Clio tank never had a problem.
Mate, you're blessed. Blessed.
What like Shrek said about the obelisk? Is it the obelisk? I think it was the obelisk. He said that the 510 leaked. My 510 never leaked on it. At all.
Oh, just look at the drawer, Eddie. Look at the drawer, I suppose.
And again, I suppose as well, it's where you're getting your coils from.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
The local vape shop, to be fair. I mean, he's not there now. Maybe that's the reason
That's
he's not there.
why.
I don't know. yeah, potentially. Potentially.
So how many of the stinkies were you on a day?
It was never. I was never a heavy smoker. Maybe 15 to 20 tops. But it was a habit. It was things that I had to have ones after dinner. When you're at work, what it was, we'd have work and then you'd have the 20-minute break. You'd run outside and you wouldn't normally do this, but you'd smoke about 3 fags. Chain smoking. But you had 20 minutes. And then you go in and you're like, nicotine rush, man. I'm like, why did I do that? What am I doing?
Pink, they were horrible from cigarettes.
Yeah. So yeah, it weren't hard to like decide to knock it on the head. I just had enough.
And what was the first juice that you had?
So a friend of mine basically said, right, I'll give you a few juices. He gave me Kanzi, 12 monkeys. and it was a jungle juice one. I remember who made it. Quite a big company. But yeah, I tried them, mate, and the sweetener, I was like, I can't do them, but
Well,
they're not for me.
we were talking about that last week, and you made a comment on there that you can obviously mix juices without making them massively sweet or using a lot of sweetener.
Yeah.
So when did you start mixing then? How long into your journey did you start mixing?
Pretty much straight away, mate, to be honest. After them few juices, I tried a few more, found the same problem. Now remember, this was like 6 years ago, so they were just all sweet heavy. People were really developing the way they are today. So yeah, pretty much straight away. A friend of mine says, he just looked at me one day and says, you know you can make your own juices, bro? Can you? How'd you do that? Sent me a few YouTube links. I was lucky enough to find DIY or Die.
Yeah.
Pretty early, and being a quite structured, I took to him straight away, just how he taught, how he did business. Started buying flavours. Within the first, I think, 4 months, I'd accumulated nearly 300 flavours. I was just hooked. It was like, yeah, this is fun. I really enjoy this. It was fail for months. I didn't produce a good juice for ages. I was going to work, try this. Yeah, that's fucking horrible, mate. Once in that, I was like, okay, I'll go back to the drawing board on that one. But yeah, just kept trying, got into communities, and just, studied, just found a passion. I'd suddenly found a hobby that I was like fully immersed in, other than watching TV on football or going to football, and this was something else. And it was like, yeah, I just loved it. I was hooked.
Well, Mark and Mr. B, they both dabbled in the. I'm just no good at it. I've tried it, and I'm absolutely terrible at mixing.
I think
I've dabbled.
It's one of them things for me. I created one juice that was absolutely amazing, and it took me 3 months to get it right. And at that point, I thought, I'm just gonna fucking buy him. It's easier. But I've never been able to. I've been craving it ever since it ran out, and I thought, I'm not fucking going for that again. But it was a strawberry and peanut butter one. It was fucking amazing.
Ooh, okay, sounds awesome.
And I still have the recipe for it. Still have the recipe.
You was actually going to release a few juices, weren't you? You was
Well,
working
that's
with
why
some-
I did it. That's
yeah.
why, because somebody approached me and went, oh, well, all right then, fine. But if they're going to have my name on them, they got to be right. So I spent 3 months getting one juice right. And I sent it out to about 5 people, and they all came around and went, I'll take 3 litres of it now. I'm like, yeah, hold on. It's a fucking tester. Hold on, son, Jesus. But no, it was a strawberry jam with a hint of grape and peanut butter. It was beautiful.
Sounds awesome, mate. Yeah, it does sound
It
different.
was like a real savoury note, a real saltiness to it, but then a sweetness in the back end. It just worked lovely.
Well, yours is more like the lemon, isn't it, bro?
Yeah, the last time I made any, it was just a box standard lemon. But I say a box standard lemon, it's so like it was just my mix that I did that I liked. So yeah, that was that.
It is the
Nothing
cheap.
exciting.
Obviously, we're very lucky here in the UK with the amount of mixes we've actually got. You've got to look at people like such as yourself and Zeus Juice. We've got Rochford. We've got Net Reality, who's a really good mixer. You've got Nevans. You've got them sort of people who. We've got Lisa. I think his wife's called Lisa. You know Phil from Black Alexa. Is his wife Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa,
Yeah, them two are really good as well. And obviously you can't miss out. We've got Jane as well from Shy Talk. So we're fantastic award-winning juicers. So how did you get from obviously doing at home the DIY? They used to call them like bathtub brewers, didn't they? Really, years ago. They don't call them that now. But how did you get from doing it at home DIY to then getting a job? And was Zeus your first job you got in it, or have you worked for somebody else?
Oh God, no. So I'm a toolset engineering by trade. So I was DIYing at home probably for about 3 years before I got to a point where people were saying that juice is really good. You know, can I buy some off you? So over the next couple of years, I built up a couple of clients, if you like. Nothing major. Just saving them money, if you like. They were telling me I'm paying like, I don't know, so much for this bottle. I'm like, well, let me have a go. So I had a go at cloning, nailed a couple of recipes, or close enough to where the person was happy, and he started purchasing. It was out of curiosity. I ended up going to a shop, one of my mates, and saying, give me your opinion on these, bro. I feel confident enough now to, because when I was a DIYer, I never released a recipe on ELR, never had the confidence. Didn't really believe that any more recipes were that good, because I'm watching the likes of Nevins and them boys playing these flicks, and I'm like, yeah, these boys are like next level, you know what I mean? I wasn't like, bit of intimidation if you like, but I never posted anything. Literally dropped on my mate, try these, his gaffer came in, they both tried them, and he was like, mate, if you can get them labelled, I'll give you a space on the shelf. I was like, are you serious? He was like, well, yeah. But then when we started talking money, it was like, bro, I can't really make them at that price. You know what I mean? And it was like, so that kind of flavour. But the lad who I knew in there, he knew Matt, who was the mixologist at Zeus, because they buy off Zeus. So he basically went, bro, here's an email, do with it what you like. So I sat on this email for 5-6 months, mate. You know what I mean? Just questioning, what do I do? Sucked up the courage, done a 10-pack, phoned him up, dropped it off to him, and he rung me back about a month later and went, Poppy, let's have a chat. I was like, what? Really? Literal wedding, and he says, look, your timing's perfect. We're looking to launch this white label brand. We're looking to do something different. I can't do it all myself. I need a second person. We talked flavours. He realised that I kind of knew. Thankfully, I'd done the legwork, that he knew what I was talking about. So, yeah, landed in there. About 2 weeks later, he rung me back and says, bro, do you want to take a chance? And I was like, So it was a 3-month trial period. But if it don't work, it's one of them.
Yep.
Because of the state of steel at the time, it was like, yeah, it was so hard in the steel industry. I was looking to get out anyway. They just weren't paying the good money, the wages. It's tough life in them industries now.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So I thought, you know something, with the backing of my missus, my kids, I was like, I'm going to try it. And she went, have a go, mate, what's the worst? I'm like, if it didn't work, I would have gone and got a security job or something. I would have worked, you know what I mean?
So how long have you been there now at Zeus?
I started last March.
So it's over a year and a half then?
About 18 months now, yeah.
Obviously, I've only talked to Paul a couple of times, but lovely bloke, isn't he?
Absolute legend, mate.
Obviously, we had a little bit in common when I was doing the 28 Days Sober in June. That's where you and me sort of reached out. That's how we became friends, wasn't it? You reached out after I'd been on a show. And you just reached out and we got talking about it, and I think you actually said to me, so why are you actually doing it? And I explained it to you, and then you were, I never knew this about Zeus Juice, how it came about, and that's how we got talking. I even got invited to your launch party of the brand new flavours, but I was working, or I'd love to have gone to that. But yeah, it seems like it sounds like a really nice company to work for.
It is. Obviously Paul built it from the ground up. So he's always, so we strive to be as professional as we can be, right? Because like I said, branding is everything. But at the same time, you work for us, it's a great place to work. The ethos of the company is to enjoy, get the work done, but you can smile and have fun at the same time doing it. As long as the end result gets everything out the door and it's all done by quality. But yeah, the ethos that Paul puts in, you know, we give each of our employees, I don't know if I should tell you this, but I might get a bollocking, but each one of our employees per week gets 100 ml of juice.
Do they? That's
so
nice.
That's the ethos of Paul. So employees are the ones who do the work. So they are the
Does Zeus
heartbeat
need
of the
anybody
company.
who just sits at home and does fuck all? Yeah, I'll happily do it for 100 mil a week. It's not a problem.
I don't know about, for some unfound reason, I had like Shawshank Redemption in my head there. You know, like when he's walking out and he's kicking the dust out of his jeans pocket. That's what it'd be like working at Zeus when he start
10 mil bottles.
10 mil bottles start decanting it as you're walking out.
I wouldn't mind, but I'm the one who's got to make the personals, and like we do the whole shop floor, and it's like a lot of juice, man. But like I said, it's the ethos of what we do. It's about security for the jobs for our employees and our suppliers. So yeah, That's what we strive for.
Me and Mark, obviously, I must admit, we've been around this industry quite a number of years, and we were just saying how Zeus Juice has always been at the forefront, hasn't he? He's obviously being a UK juice maker, but they've always been at Expos. But you wasn't at Expo last year, was you?
I think the last couple maybe.
Yeah.
With me. Yeah, again, it's just how the market is. We spend in excess of 60 grand on a stand, or we used to. Back in the day, it was easy to recoup that. You'd have the sales people coming up. Now, because of disposables and everything else, you're getting nowhere near that number.
What is that yes?
Mr. B's frozen?
He has. We're glitching.
Oh, you're back now. You're back. You're all right, bro.
I'm going to say everyone was frozen. I thought, is it
It was you. It wasn't. I'm going to be telling you now. It wasn't the most flattering poses either, bro. Yeah, Zeus. Again, it is one of them things when everybody had that lockdown. It was sort of like a reset, wasn't it, for Expos? Which did you go to Expos? Because obviously you live in Birmingham. Is Expos things that you've been to before you were with Zeus?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think 2017 was the first expo I went to. I've seen Professor Green. I think that was 2018.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been going to expos ever since I've been vaping. To be fair, it went hand in hand for me.
Did you go to the last one?
Yeah.
What did you reckon to the Home Zone?
It's growing nicely, ain't it? It's looking good. It's looking good.
A lot of them, obviously, Jane from Shy Talk, she puts a lot of effort into that as well, and apparently it's going to be bigger in October than it was in May, so that'd be nice to see. You liked it as well, didn't you, Mark?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It was like how Expo used to be.
It has totally. Have you obviously you would have seen the changes of the Expos. I remember like when me and Mark went first time, it wasn't massive. It was big, but then every year you were going back and it were getting bigger. Like you'd have the May, October, it was ginormous. We ended up we went to Vape Jam twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we went to Vape Fest once. Vape Jam, the first time we went, were absolutely brilliant. Mark was doing a talk for the NNA, which he did absolutely brilliant, by the way, because Mark's, as much as you might think on the shows he's quite talkative, he does get quite nervous when you get a load of people. I
am an introvert, you're the extrovert.
Yeah, he was shitting himself. To be honest with you, they ended up getting us up to do the raffle as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
is the NNA like a horse appreciation society?
I don't know. Nay. Well done, Mr. B. He's here all week. Do try the fish. Yeah, we ended up getting up on the stage, and we ended up turning this raffle into something like a working men's club, didn't we? The pies are going to be 10 minutes late. Quite a people who've got this. But it was good. But the next year that we went, we went down and we stayed over, didn't we? It was just Juice Jam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we were complaining
the thing is, though, we was walking around May Expo saying we miss it because of all the disposables.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. We were calling it Juice Jam, but now we missed that sort of thing because there isn't that many juice people actually at the Expos now.
Well, how awesome was just the Expo back then?
Brilliant.
Turning up.
Yep.
And watching that crowd, and it was just awesome being there. Never mind it's just being there was awesome. The people, the stalls. And it's harder. You're getting in the home zone now, but to walk around 80% of it and not feel that vibe, it is sad. But let's grow the home zone bigger and better.
Yep. It's like in chat. I don't know if again, let us know in chat. When we used to walk through, me and Mark used to look at each other, and it used to be that smell. And you'd get that.
And also that haze above the ceiling as well.
All the vape.
Smog.
Yeah. And you'd have that smell where since the lockdown, you've walked in and it doesn't smell of anything.
Nah.
Again, I don't know if you can talk about this, but we were talking pre-show about the effect of disposables on the company. How has it affected like a UK mixing company with the explosion of disposables?
I mean, obviously, we're a juice company. We're a free-base nicotine company in effect. So we did lose sales, obviously. So we had to look at other avenues. Obviously, abroad was the obvious place to look. Thankfully, that's kind of paid off. So whatever shortfall we had with our juices would have been easier for us to jump on a bandwagon. We wanted to kind of try and stick to our guns as much as we could. So it was a case of let's see where the juice can take us. Thankfully, it's been received well in other countries. So any shortfall we did have, obviously being a juice company, we've managed to make up really.
Valentine's asked a good question, or it's more of a statement. He says most of the Zeus juice he's seen is in ice version. Is there any reason for that?
Early ones, yeah, Paul loves ice.
So the majority was ice flavours then?
Yeah, that's because he was looking for his all-day vape.
Right.
So a lot of them went down the road of what he likes. He loves ice. So hence a lot of them went down that avenue.
Again, we were talking about that before the show. Obviously, still the big seller is the black in it.
Oh yeah, massively.
People who watched Devil Vapor, he obviously endorsed Zeus Juice hell of a lot. He loved that stuff, didn't he?
Oh, he were mad for it, wasn't he?
He absolutely loved it. Everything with black, wasn't it? But you were saying, Mark, you enjoyed it without the ice.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what it was called. What was it called before you Black Reloaded? Was it just black?
Well, you got just the black, and then you got black ice, and then black reloaded.
See, the black on its own were alright, but I just couldn't stand it with the ice, you see.
Yeah, it did the same with the Dimpleberry. So again, you can get Dimpleberry ice, Dimpleberry reloaded, just to give the variation.
So what's the difference between a reloaded and the normal?
It's got extra bits in it, basically.
A bit more concentrate.
And basically a bit more aniseed and a couple of other bits are just enhanced. So a bit more stronger on the palate.
So, again, I've always wanted to know this. So from the process of you being sat there in the lab, so your daily job, is it the fact of like, right, I'm going to pick them flavours and I'm going to, you sitting at home, I'm thinking of a new flavour, then you go to work and then you just strike it out, and then how does it work?
I mean, I'd love to say, yeah, I get to go in and create whatever I want on a daily basis, but no. With the white label taking off, it's literally going in, looking at orders from clients, and then we're making juices, sending out samples. We send out tons of samples on a regular, but thankfully a lot of them come back and actually buy. So the every day is creating, but creating to a list. Created to an order list. The last 5, obviously, they came in, they went, right, when we release a juice, then it's obviously, right, what should we release? We sit down as a team, market research, everything else. Right, we're going to go down this road. With the 5 new we've just released, we created 12 possibilities. And then we went out on the road, done about 20 shops, got feedback. I think we ended up with 42 feedback sheets. Process of elimination, scoring, basically the shops and the people decided top 10, and they're the ones then the top 5, and they're the ones we released.
I still have an image of Doc Brown in a coat, white coat and everything.
Oh, it's
with
awesome,
Martin
mate.
McFly with nut behind.
Yeah. It's absolutely awesome. Yeah. And I'm lucky my boss, Matt, he's an absolute genius as well. So.
And he's a mixologist as well?
He was the mixologist. So basically, Paul and him worked together, and then Paul took a little step back, and then Matt was doing it on his own for a while, having great success. He released Vermilion, which is obviously done really well, won awards and whatnot. And then but he got busy, and then we wanted to do the white label, so we needed another pair of hands. I think if you've got too many mixologists, there's too many ideas going around.
Yep.
Me and him work really well as a pair. We got completely different palates. So if we both like a juice, there's a fair chance most people should like it, because we are completely different. I didn't know I was strawberry blind until I got 3 years into my mixing world.
Is that actually a thing then?
Yeah, people laugh at me when I tell people that. There are people out there who can't taste strawberry.
As weird as this sounds, and I'm going to make myself look an idiot on YouTube, but I taste red. And don't ask me what red tastes like, but it's weird. When I do taste a really good strawberry, it's got to be a really good one. There's a few that I can taste, but not many at all.
And you class it as I could taste red.
I can taste red.
Some red in
It's
this.
really
It's Shawshank Redemption, aren't we?
We're back again. You don't want to be tasting red.
with what I found out when I was doing all my research and mixing things like that, strawberry is one of the hardest flavours to perfect. Because what a lot of people do is they'll get a strawberry flavour or flavouring, but they don't realise that you've got to what's known as bend the flavour to get the proper notes out of it. So like you'd add a grape in there just to bend the flavour a bit, so you can actually get more of a strawberry flavour out of it. It's really complicated, this strawberry.
Yeah, and like I said with strawberries, if you eat a strawberry, it's not what you vape. So to create that, they've already added ethyl maltols, probably sucraloses. So then you're putting it in a mix and you're putting maybe another 0.5% of super sweet. A lot of the time you're muting it yourself because of the amount of stuff already in it, which is what I said the other day about you've got to study the flavouring individually as opposed to the whole recipe.
I'll tell you what, another great show, and it is on after us, make sure you go and see it, is Benny's mixing show. You lot would get on really well on that show. They're really nice people on there. And it was nice to have that, because we didn't really have that in the UK, a mixing show, where they've really helped a lot of people to start mixing themselves, and they can save a lot of money by mixing their own juices. I know lots of people, because I normally catch it on the replay, because obviously we're still on here, but it's fun to watch people behind the back of them. They've got all these hundreds of bottles of different concentrates from loads of different companies, and they're going, well, you want 1% of that, or you want one of the, or a drop of this, and they've all got them, I call them druggie scales, you know, them little scales. Yeah, the druggie scales, they've all got them and stuff like that, and it's interesting listening to them, how they actually do it. The other bit that was interesting, what you were saying before we actually come on, was how your batches work and how it's actually tested. So
God, yeah, so from when we create a flavour and it's been passed off, it will get tested to make sure there's no diacetyl. It's TPD friendly, basically.
Yep.
Now, we do it with freebase, even though we don't have to. They only ask you to do it in salts. We will test our freebase, everything. So basically, when we do a mix in the mixing room, clean room, they'll mix a batch. If they make a barrel, 10 mil will be extracted out of every barrel, and we'll go through our GSM machine to make sure that mix is where it needs to be. And I mean every single barrel. Because
getting it through I've spoke to a number of people, it is quite expensive, isn't it, getting it through the TPD?
That's what I think we spent about 300k on this GSM machine. I think we're one of only, and I'm probably wrong here, 2 to 3 in the UK with this machine. But yeah, we can submit our own TPD. Obviously, we've got to get passed off, but we can do our own testing for TPD.
I'll tell you what I did like as well. I was speaking to you on the phone the other day, and we were talking about the new releases which you've got, which are coming out on the channel. But Clio, you said to me, the Clio it was like the only all-day vape that you found.
Yeah, all the years of mixing. I think what it was, I loved. So when you get to the end of the juice and you're finally happy, the hardest thing to do is to say, yes, I'm happy with that mix. I'm not going to do anything else with it. I'm going to walk away. Then, it was easy for me because I'm like, what can I do next? And I was always thinking of the next juice. And because I'm constantly testing, I just never found one that I could do until I made this clear. Now, I always thought it'd be like a mango type guava that I'd go for because I love the mangoes. But this clear, honestly, I made it, started vaping it, and I carried on vaping it, and I've got through 30 mil, got through another 30 mil, I've got through 50 mil, I've looked at that and gone, bro, I think I've had an all day vape. Mate, it was, yeah, it just rocked my world.
I was on the UK Vape Show come back last week, and I was on there and I was telling them about a juice that's the Neptune. What a flavour that is. Now that's a cherry and a watermelon. And yeah. it's got that fizzle of the cherry, and then you've got like the watermelon, the sweetness of it underneath it. Really, really nice juice. That's my favourite one out of them. And also I like the apple and elderflower. As you can see, I've got my little sheet there. Elderflower, that were really nice and all.
So the apple elderflower took me about 4 months to get where I wanted it. And as far as the cherry watermelon, quick funny story. So when we done the bold flavours, that was one of the 15 we took out testing. That came back with scores of like -2. People hated it. My boss, Matt, he looked at me and he says, Jay, there's a flavour in there, I know it. He said, keep working on it. So we worked on it another month, 6 weeks. And then when we done the Zeus ones, we thought, okay, let's give it a try. This time, it got like 8.7 across 42 feedback forms. So, yeah, I turned to him, I went, you were right, bro, because we were going to give up on that.
Do you know what? Again, the lads, there were Adam and Vic, they both went, what? Cherry and watermelon? I'm like, yeah, it really works. It really is nice. Because like I said, you're getting that fizz of that cherry. When I mean fizz, it sort of has that, you know the stick you used to get with the dib dabs?
Yeah.
So it sort of tastes like the stick. And then you're getting like the sweetness again with the watermelon underneath it. Really, really nice. If people haven't tried that, that is the Neptune. Go and try that out. Absolutely, really nice. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll come back to. We're going to have a little bit of a move on. We're going to do people's handshakes. It is time for the handshakes, people.
It's that time, people. It's handshake time.
Mr. B, sorry, buddy, you was enjoying your little ice drink there, weren't you?
It's the only thing keeping me cool.
And you got a fan?
Yes, but it's currently keeping many other things cold that would normally get absolutely blasted if I didn't.
Important things.
Aidan M says his daily vape is foam shrimp. Jason loves dirty flavours. That's from Matthew.
That's my boss.
You like dirty flavours?
It's like we'll make a guava, and some people are like, oh, that's really nice. I'm like, nah, it's got to be dirty, mate.
All right, folks, we are in the 3 Men and a Vape Show Facebook group. If you want to show off your mods and show us what you think is a good mod, get in there. When you see this posted up every week, just comment with your mod. Now we're going to start off straight into the porn zone with Jane Dowd.
Oh, she's got it on the rug. Well done, Jane.
Oh, you love a bit of Jane's rug, don't you?
I do. You can't beat a bit of Jane's rug. That's nice. I'm not too keen on the colour.
I'm going to say she's got a pink rug with a bit of a green rod. Might need to go to doctors for that. Moving on, we've got Billy. I keep trying to call her Billie Jean Rice. Billy Lee Rice.
She's not my lover.
Yeah, exactly. Love my Aromomizer plus V3 RDTA. Best tank ever.
They are really, really good. And again, I'm going to say, I say it every week, I just love how organised she is. That is so organised, isn't it? Coils, drip tips, cotton.
If I organised my stuff like that, I think my wife would have a heart attack. She'd claim I was an imposter. We've got Mick Blizzard with the Aspire Mix with the 21700 tube plus FEV RTA.
What RDA is that?
FEV.
FEB.
Capital F, little e, capital V.
That's quite a big tank, that, isn't it?
Yeah. So it goes from there, doesn't it? I like the drip tip.
Oh, we're back on drip tips.
I love me a drip tip.
And it looks like he's took that picture at school.
Why? Because he's got him back behind.
On the background, doesn't it? It's like he's in a maths lesson.
A maths lesson? When the fuck did you get them in maths?
Oh, we did.
Hey, that's
art. Yeah.
It's a cutting mat.
Yeah.
Well, we used to cut things in maths, especially into quarters and halves.
Fucking hell on fire. We've got Clint McNutt.
I love that name.
Yes, that's a very porn star name, isn't it?
It is, yeah. By the way, I'm not taking the piss out of it. I used to have a best mate at school called Clint. I always used to think that were a right cool name.
It would be a porn name if it was Clint McNutt.
Yeah.
That would be the perfect porn name, I think. So I don't know what mod that is. It's obviously an AIO, but that's throwing me off a bit.
Yeah, what mod is Mark? What's that?
I ain't got a clue. Could not tell you.
Come on, tell us in chat what mod that is.
We've got Nigel Brooks.
You went quick off that.
The Death Wish mods isolation on the Squid Industries TAC 21. That is a classic mod. I wanted one of them for ages. Then by the time I realised it were on sale, they'd all sold out. I was gutted. But no, I love that one. We've got
on the colour.
Yeah, the colour might have been off a bit, but we've got Cliss, fuck's sake.
Chris, no.
Chris Oyd. Look, I'm invoking my inner Harley here. Chris Oldroyd with some sort of satanistic mod.
Again, I don't even know what that mod is.
I've tried to read what is that Mereb?
Come on, help us out in chat. Are we really reviewers? I haven't got a clue what that is.
Kind of looks like a snowcat.
Mate, it's 300 fucking degrees. I'm lucky to remember my name, let alone mods.
What did you think about Mark?
It looked a bit like a snow cap, but I don't think it is. 3D printed jobby.
Mark Howard Evil on my regular setups, but I'm giving serendipity Mike's Juice a damn good kicking tonight. That's what he likes to do.
Again,
Spoiler alert,
Technics
they're awesome.
up there.
Mike's an absolute star as well. And again, very good company.
I do love that word, serendipity.
Yeah, I do.
Name that, innit?
It's like it's the type of word that if you used in a GCSE English exam, you're guaranteed to get an A if you use it right.
Merck says it's a KBRS MTN collab with MTN collab Mob 2.
Fucking hell, they're going to leave any letters for anyone else?
I'm still none the wiser, to be honest with you. This is Faxy, isn't it?
This is Faxy via Mark Evil. Faxy, we've got your mods, buddy. So we've got he blames Solon for his rabbit hole. What? What?
It's been a while since I've seen Solon's rabbit hole.
We want to explain what's going on here, Solly.
No, I'm quite happy.
Oh, so you don't want to explain, right?
I know nothing.
No, that's not what you started with. It was no, I don't want to explain. No, we get it. That's fine. You and Faxy got something secret going on.
Obviously, it's the dead rabbits that are on top of the...
Well, you've got a mongrel here.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because I've got one of them in the sale.
Yeah, didn't you do a review on the mongrel as well?
I love the mongrel. I think the mongrel is one of the most underrated RDAs on the market today.
Clutch. Obviously, Mark loves his clutch.
Oh, he can't beat a bit of a clutch.
And then obviously, are they solos? Dead rabbit solos?
That's a
I think one of them is.
I said one's got to be a solo, surely to God.
Yeah, the one that he's poking at, yeah, that's definitely a solo.
the one he's poking at.
The one he's poking at.
I'm not the one here that pokes rabbits. Right, so there you go. I don't believe there is any more. No, there are no more. So there you go. There are your handshakes. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you very much. No. That's the deals.
Yeah, we've got the deals to do.
Don't be mixing up my catchphrases, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget above on the top, whatever I'm saying, top left hand side, 3 Men Vape gets you 15% off of Rochford Project all the way up till 12 o'clock. Get yourself over to the website and also go and check out Coil Clout as well. You get 10% off using a little bro 10.
Before we go any further, Paul B's been asking this all night and I've been trying to shout it out for him for a while, but we're going to go for it. He wants to know what's everybody's favourite dessert flavour is, if they have a favourite dessert flavour. For me, it's KSRTD by Just Jam. They do an apple pie which is out of this world good.
I swear we're going to turn into Aretha Franklin then. Find out what it means to me.
God.
What's your favourite dessert, Mark?
Oh, come on, you should know that by
Lemon
now.
Lush.
Yep.
What about yours, Jace?
A dessert? Oh, I love a good custard, mate. Just a really thick, delicious custard.
Mine's going to be Rochford Project Jam Tart. That is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the best jams I've ever tasted. Zeus Juice don't do a load of desserts, do they?
We don't.
Which is probably why I've never got really near, because I've always been a dessert person, as you can tell. You know,
I think
it's my
because
legacy.
we're, like I said, even in our short films, we won't use any acetones, and in desserts they are vital. So it is hard in that side of it to build a really good dessert. But keep on watching. You never know what's coming.
Somebody was saying the Zeus Juice lemon tart. That was faxy. Crimson Seed.
Yeah,
That is lovely.
Butterscotch custard is quite a good seller. That does pretty well. We've got a coffee mocha, white coffee mocha. That don't do too bad. Midas is a good flavour. But yeah, there are a few desserts. We haven't done a range, but yeah. We're working on something.
I don't know what year it was, Mark, but coffees sort of were like a big thing that come out. I think it was
we won it about 2018,
18, yeah. Because a couple come over from America. Were it Nitro or Nero or
Yeah,
something?
Nitro, yeah. They was doing iced coffees, weren't they? They were pretty good there.
Yeah. But then it sort of died out again, didn't it?
But
The
there's,
DIY community, yeah.
can you remember, once upon a time, there used to be phases of juices, so that all of a sudden everyone's doing custards or they're doing donuts. Now that doesn't seem to happen anymore. There's no big, oh, this is coming out and everyone's piling on top of it. It doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah,
I think when Shrek was going and they had quite a few creators on their line, a lot of people were influenced by them. So you'd see what they were creating. A lot of DIYs was like, yeah, I'll have about one of them. So the loss of chefs was quite a big hit.
Yeah.
The way it used to be to the DIY community, definitely.
The thing is,
Definitely.
with the DIY side of things, it's actually easier to make your own, say, blueberry donut that you would really love than it is to actually go and
That's
find
right.
and buy one. Because blueberry
100%.
donut is not hard to make.
Yeah.
it was like you were saying, Mark, about it going around in circles. I remember, obviously, there were the custard company. They were bringing out tons of custards. Then you had King's custard, and you had custards were like a big, massive thing. And then all of a sudden, it was everything with ice in it. There were loads of it. Had to be
ice
like,
and then you had donuts, you had cereals,
yeah.
and now it just
Cereal,
seems
yeah.
like everyone's just doing their own thing now.
I'll tell you the worst one me and Mark ever saw at an expo was a selection box. Can you remember?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
They had a selection. I don't know if you saw it as well, Jason. But they had Snickers. They had like Mars bar, and they actually had the bottles what looked like. They changed the name of it, but they had it as a selection box.
And they wonder why Vape gets in trouble.
Well,
Yeah.
again, if you look at the I know this isn't the final bit of the box. Obviously, mine were a thingy, but if you look at yours, they're not. You won't say they're aimed
They've
at
always
children.
had lovely labels.
Yeah.
Zeus Juice. Let's be right. They always had nice marketing. Presentation's always been nice. Always. It's never been. They've always gone to attention, especially sort of like the different elements that they've got on the labels. Very, very clear. You know exactly what you're buying. Yeah, I've always rated them.
Well,
Always.
you've got to look as well with that ginormous box that they gave us for the auction.
Oh God, yeah.
All the juices were in there, and look how well the presentation of that was. Really, really good. Really, really good. And another one, obviously Rochford as well. I've always liked his bottles, even before he changed them into that. But they're just simple, aren't they?
You know the ones I hate? The ones that really piss me off and I actually avoid them just because they piss me off that much. The ones that don't actually say what the flavour is. It'll go, brand name, Furious Lizard fucking a rainbow. Well, what's that meant to taste of? What the fuck's that meant to taste of? I can't even imagine what a Furious
Furious.
Lizard
What
fucking
annoys
rainbow
me
is.
is when they describe it. It's so
They
like
don't put that
comes
on the
from
bottle, do they?
unicorn's poo over a rainbow. On a
One day,
virgin
Lizzie
spy.
Lizard went by the rainbow. He saw a unicorn and fucked it, and that's what we did. That's what we based our liquid off.
Ladies and gentlemen, just before he goes further into that, it is time for your Rochford Project giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. You know what to do. Stick Rochford in and we'll roll it in a bit. Mr. B, with your furious fucking lizard. Excuse the language. Let's get on to the deals, people.
A message from deep within the jungle. I've searched high and low for a lot of the deals. So here from Vape, deals of the week.
Yeah.
Margaret?
Margaret? There's a man here who's wanting to know if you've got a furious lizard book.
And is it fucking a rainbow? Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've got a couple of deals this week, and we're going to start off with the non-builder one, but then directly after that, there are 3 buildables. But we're going to start off here because it is this. This is Washington Vape selling the Aspire Athos tank, which is a sub-ohm tank, for just £15. It was £26. It's now just £15. This was an amazing sub-ohm tank.
I never actually reviewed that, so I
Athos?
can't tell you about it.
You've never tried an Athos?
No.
Well, £15. Again, it's a good working sub-ohm.
What does it say there? It goes up to 120 watts. Down there. Recommended power settings 100 to 120 watts.
Well, it depends what coil you put in. So that's on the 0.16 coil.
That's some wattage, that, isn't it?
Well, this is a high powered sub-ohm tank. It comes with the 0.16, which is pre-installed, but you also get the 0.3 as well.
That's sort of like in the Valerian sort of.
Yes.
There must be some big ass chunky coils.
Aspire do well on the flavours.
It's not. It can't be a 2 mil tank though. Surely you'd be going through juice that every 2 seconds.
So. I wouldn't have thought so. But you can get it now at Washington Vapes for just £15. I get on that like a furious lizard. Moving over to our friends at eSig1, we're going to start off with this. The QP Design Scion RDA kit. The full thing has been dropped from 90 astonishing pounds to just $29.99. But there is only 3 left. You get the base, you get the silver and the silver top with some drip tips, and you get the black with the black top with some drip tips.
Wasn't this the one that came? You could also buy a load of plastic tops for it as well. It came in a pack.
Yes, that's the one.
Well, that's not bad. It dropped down to 30 quid.
That's good, that.
That's not a bad price for a QP. I reckon they've screwed up and someone's about to get fired. But there you go. That's $29.99. Get it well before they work it out. But there is only 3 left. Staying with eSig1. And do you remember when I said this is one of the most underrated RDAs on the market ever? This is the Subway edition where they corrected a minor issue where they had nothing to stop when you were dripping onto your coil. There was nothing underneath the coil to stop the juice going into the airways. Well, they corrected that, and that's what this is, a Subway edition. You get the glass as well, so you get a glass exterior and a metal exterior, and you get it all for just £5.
That's not bad at all, that.
Can't go wrong at that, can you?
£5. It comes in pink, bunny. It comes in red. It comes in blue. It comes in purple. So if you like doing some matchy.
For a fiver, that is just well worth it.
Yeah, of course it's worth having a bash.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The fact that it comes with this and the glass as well, and it's proper glass. We're not talking perspex here. It's a proper glass thing all in one with the drip tip already built into it.
Yeah, you get better flavour off a glass.
You do. So all that for a £5. I thought that's astonishing. Absolutely. But look at this one for just £6.99. The Blitz Clio RDA dropped from £25, just £6.99.
Again, that's well worth it.
These are 2 awesome RDAs for, you can pick both up for less than £15.
Yeah.
With delivery.
So imagine that, you pick a bit of juice up as well, you're going to get free delivery, aren't you?
Exactly. I mean, you got £30 to spend, you get 2 of these RDAs, some juice, boom, free delivery, and you're a happy traveller till Christmas. Jobs are good. And so just to run over that again, you've got the
But he says it's not a Clio, it's the C10.
I call it a Clio. It says Clio, it's a Clio. That is not a number 1, it's an L. So, It's QP Design Xeon RDA kit for $29.99. We've got the Vaping Insider and Damn Vape Mongrel RDA Subway Edition for $5. We've got the Blitz Clio RDA for £6.99. And we've got the Aspire Aethos tank at Washington Vapes for just £15 with 2 coils and a smile that will last till Christmas. They are your deals, folks. Boom!
Well done, buddy. I definitely like that C10. I think it looks absolutely corking.
That C10.
That C10, bro. It's well worth it.
It's a Clio.
And you can square up to Bunny if you want
Technically,
to.
it's a claw.
But there's only one winner. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's come down to that part of the evening. We are going to roll your giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who the lucky winner is. And it is Sean Lynch. Well done, buddy. Do you want it?
Do you want it?
Put down there. Sean, I know Sean will want it. Sean, get in touch with Jay on that email address, what's down there, buddy. And he will sort you out. Well, it's come down to that point of the evening. Mr. B, say your goodbyes.
Just before I do, Mick Blizzard, I never vape over 36 watts. Anything higher is just daft. I'm sat here on like 90. Yeah, I agree. Well,
to be honest with you, you've got to think, years and years ago, there wasn't anything, you were struggling to get anything higher than 35.
I finally, I've said this a million times, but I finally joined vaping full time, not part doing it with cigarettes as well, but full time when I got my drag and my sub-ohm tank on top. So I could fog out an office in 30 seconds flat. And that, to me, was the biggest benefit of vaping. So I didn't want to speak to anybody. I just fog out my office. It was brilliant. And it was just, that's when I become thing. But you couldn't do that on 30 watts. You needed the original drag to pump the wattage up so you could look like a disco machine.
Well, we were talking about it last week. We were talking about the Coolfire 4 and the iSub tank. And again, that were roughly about 30 watts. That created some right clouds.
Oh, I loved it. And literally, I can fog my office up so far that you couldn't see further than 3 feet in front of your face.
It was like you said, Bill, when I first saying you were hard to find anything over 15 watts.
Yeah.
It was.
So anyway, listen, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Jason, thank you for being on the show, my friend. I've never really tried Zeus Juice, but I promise I will try some. I'll preferably not the ice, because me and ice do not go well, unless it's hot, which is right now. It's the only thing I'm eating. But yeah, so no, I will definitely try some. For all of you who haven't tried Zeus Juice, follow the fat fuck into the Zeus Juice shop, and we'll all try some together. So until next week, that's all from me, the jolly fat bastard.
That's the right advert there for you, Jason.
Love you, bro.
Over to my wonderful brother.
Guys, thank you for an awesome show. It's been brilliant. Jason, lovely to meet you, and it's nice having that little bit of insight as well to Zeus Juice. So brilliant, mate. Thank you. Guys in chat, you've been absolutely wonderful. If you'd like to see a little bit more of me, you can catch me tomorrow night at 7:30 on the Home Service Live Show. There you go. Over to my little bro.
Over to Jason. Say goodbyes, buddy.
Right, thanks everyone. Apologies on chat as well. I've not been able to chat. I'm on a different phone. So, hi everyone in chat, all my regulars, and we'll catch up next time. And thanks a lot for this, lads. Much appreciated.
It's been absolutely fantastic having you on, buddy. It took us a while to work it all out, but we got there in the end. And thank you so much for coming on. Get yourself, make sure you check my channel out. There is reviews for Zeus Juice on there, and there's a few more that's going to be coming out as well. Big love to you all. Thank you so much to everybody in chat. You make this show. Thank you so much to all the spanners for keeping us lovely and safe. Big shout out to Jason for coming on. Big love to these two guys. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night on the UK Vape Show. Get yourself over now to Benny Vapes, the mixing show. You're going to enjoy that, especially after all what we've been talking about. So, big love to you all. Look at yourselves and a good nighter. Time for the outro. We're done. Well, they can still hear us, so don't be shagging lizards or hopes to be.
That's a really poor name for a juice, but a really good name for a porn.
Do you know?
Lizard, fox, unicorn.
Do you know that when you have sex, when lizards have sex, they die?
No, that's mantises.
Well, no, honestly, the lizard I've